thanks for joining me. My name is Olivia Hsu, and I'm excited to be teaching this yoga for climbing class. So I'm just seated, so we'll just get started. So just come to a comfortable seated posture. And before we start, if you might need a block, and if you're at home like I am, you can find props around, so like maybe a thick book or something like that. And then a strap, which you could use like a long sock, a belt, a tea towel. All right, and then we'll really get started now. So coming to a comfortable seated posture and finding an evenness to your sit bones. And from there, grounding and beginning to lengthen out through the crown of your head. And from here, just taking the shoulder blades down and back. So we're beginning to create a little more space and opening here in the front of our chest. And as climbers, this space tends to be pretty tight. So we're just giving our body a moment just to surrender into the space. And you can imagine as though your collarbones had eyes, and the eyes are beginning to open up. And from here, tapping into your breath. So as we inhale, we take a nice deep breath. And on the exhale, we empty the breath completely. And on the next inhale, we inhale, and there's almost a lifting sensation of the rib cage, the heart. And then we exhale, that breath falls down and it drops to the sit bones again. So we're sort of going between what we call the inhalation, exhalation, which is prana and apana functions of yoga. So we inhale and really feel the space in the front and the back inflate. And as we exhale, empty the breath and feel that breath fall down into the sit bones again. And at the very end, there's a sense of tone in the pelvic floor. So throughout today's practice, we're really trying to hone in to this mindfulness of your breath. And this can translate to everywhere in your life. So whether it's on the rock, when you're on a rest, really bringing your breath back down in stressful situations, or if you're just stressed out at work and like on Zoom calls all day or whatever. Okay, so once again, one more time, inhale, exhale. Okay, so next we're going to inhale, reach the arms up, and then we'll interlace the fingers, and we're going to spin the palms up. So we're really stretching the fingers out, finding length through our sides. One more breath, a little more length, and then from here we're just going to lean to the right. So we're just creating a little more space on that left side. Maybe a little more stretch through that left palm. Good, and then we'll bring it back to the middle. Inhale, reaching and lengthening. Exhale, we'll bring it over to that left side. So once again, a lot of space through the side body. Okay, one more breath, and then we'll bring it back to the middle. Good, and then we'll exhale, release the fingers. And then next, we're just gonna bring our left hand underneath our left sit bone, and we're sort of pinning it down, and we're just stretching out a little bit around our neck. So when we're belaying and climbing, it's pretty taxing on the neck and sitting at a computer. So we'll inhale, reach the right arm up, and from here just gently drawing your head to the right side. And you should begin to feel a stretching sensation through your fingers. And you can reach the palm down more if you want a little bit more of a stretch. One more breath, and then we'll exhale, release. And then we'll take that left hand out, and we'll bring that right hand underneath sit bones. Inhale, reach that left arm up, lengthen. And then once again, just gently drawing head to the left. So once again, feeling a nice stretch through your fingertips, your palm. This is like an awesome one for climbers. One more breath and then we'll exhale, release. Okay, so from here, we're just gonna come to the length of our mat. And we're gonna come to a tabletop position. And from here, just doing a few cat-cows. So we inhale, open the chest, arch the back down, really stick those sit bones out. Exhale, draw the belly in, round the back. Draw the chin towards your sternum. And tuck your tailbone in. Good. One more inhale, open your chest. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, open the chest again. Remember those collarbone eyes, opening them. Exhale, round the back again. Okay, so from here, we're just going to slowly come up into a downward dog. You might have to walk the feet back a little to make it a little longer. So we spread the fingers wide, spread the toes, and the arms are shoulder width apart, and the feet are hip width apart. And from here, we can just begin to pedal the feet, lifting one heel up at a time. Just getting some movement going. Good. You can bend the knees deep, you can swivel the hips, just do whatever kind of feels good to you because we're just warming up. Good. And then from here, just bringing the big toes together in your midline. And on the inhale, reaching the right leg straight up. Good. One more breath, and then inhale, lifting it as high as you can. And then we'll drop it over to the left side. So we're getting a nice stretch through the front of that right hip. Exhale, lower that foot back down. Inhale, reach that left leg straight back. So once again, really reach through that heel. And then lifting that foot even higher, bending the knee and dropping it over to the right side. One more breath. Exhale, lower that foot back down. We'll take one more downward dog. And from here, just slowly walking your feet to your hands. And then rolling up one vertebrae at a time until we're standing nice and tall. And we'll come to what we call Samastitihi. So big toes are touching, the ankles are about a width apart, thumb apart, and the hands come to heart center. Good. And from here, we're just going to start with the first 4 positions of a sun salute. So this is a great warm-up for the body. So we'll drop the hands. Inhale, reach the arms up, the head drops back. Gaze to the hands. Exhale, keep your chest open, forward folding. Inhale, half lift with a nice straight back, gaze slightly forward. Exhale, forward folding. And then inhale, coming up with strong legs, reaching through your fingers. And then we'll exhale, the hands back down. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more. Inhale, reaching, lengthening. Exhale, forward folding. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward folding. And then inhale, coming all the way back to standing. And then we'll exhale, the hands back down. Okay, last one. Inhale, reaching. The back spreads wide. Exhale, empty your breath, forward folding. Inhale, half lift. The pubic bone reaches back. Exhale, forward folding. And then inhale, coming up with strong legs again. And then we'll exhale, the hands back down. Okay, so we're going to move into our full sun salute, but I'm going to break it down a little for you. So we'll inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, ground your hands. And we can step the feet back, and we're going to come to a plank position. So draw the belly in, strong arms, and we're reaching out through the heels. And from here, we're going to lower all the way to our tummy. So just coming down. Good. Move the block out of my face. So from here, we're just going to come up onto our forearms, and we're going to take what I call Sphinx pose. So we're just giving our chest an opportunity to open up again. So taking the shoulders back and just looking down the midline of your nose. And one more, take the shoulders back and just imagine your heart sinking forward. Good, one more breath, and then we'll exhale, lower the chest and head. And next, we'll bring our hands under our shoulders and lifting up for Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. So on the inhale, lifting halfway up, so the elbows are slightly bent. We take the shoulders back. Good, and then we exhale, lower the chest. Okay, one more inhale. And then exhale. All right, so from here, we can flip the toes under. And then we're just going to move the chest forward and up for upward dog. So we can lift a little off the mat. Move the chest forward. Take the shoulders back. Good. So we'll take one breath here. And then on the exhale, you can either pull with the toes and move into downward dog, or you can come to your knees. So whatever feels better for you. And then we'll take downward dog. So once again, making sure your hands are shoulder width apart and the feet are hip width apart. The sit bones are reaching back. One more breath. And at the bottom of the next exhalation, we'll just walk the feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way back to standing. And then we'll exhale the hands back down. Okay, so we're just going to do one more of those, but a little faster. Okay, so inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward folding. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, ground your hands, walk the feet back to plank and lower. Good, inhale, upward dog, take the shoulders back. Exhale, downward dog, good. So once again, hands are reaching forward, heels are reaching down, sit bones are reaching back. And then we just drop into our breath. So 2 more nice inhalations and exhalations. And at the bottom of the next exhalation, just slowly walking your feet to your hands again. Inhale, half lift. Gaze slightly forward. Exhale, forward folding. And then inhale, coming all the way back to standing. And then we'll exhale, the hands back down. Okay. So next we're going to move into Sun Salute B. And once again, I'm going to break it down a little bit. Okay. So we're going to come down low enough so you can touch the ground, looking forward. We'll reach the arms straight out in front, halfway up. Exhale your legs straight and diving forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, ground your hands. Step the feet back to plank. Nice strong plank and lower. Inhale, upward dog. Take the shoulders back. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Okay, so from here, we're going to turn our left foot out, and we're going to inhale, reach the right leg back, and then we're going to bring it to our chest. And then we're going to exhale, reach it back, inhale to the armpit. Exhale, reach it back, inhale, and we're going to step it forward. Okay. So from here, just slowly coming up. So we want to make sure knees over the ankle, and we begin to square with the front of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Good. Exhale, hands back to the mat. And then we're reaching out with that left heel, strong legs, step back to plank and lower. Inhale, upward dog, good. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, so from here we're going to turn the right foot out. And we'll exhale, reach the left leg back. Inhale, draw it to the knee. Exhale, reach it back again. Inhale, knee to armpit. Exhale, reach it back. Inhale, step it forward. Good. So once again, coming up. So knee over ankle, and just beginning to square the hips again with the front of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Good. Exhale, hands back to the mat. Strong legs, step back and lower. Good. Inhale, upward dog, take the shoulders back. Exhale, downward dog. So just relax your head down. And find your breath here. One more breath. And at the bottom of the next exhalation, we'll slowly walk our feet to our hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward folding. Inhale, coming back into your squat. Reach your arms out halfway. Exhale, your legs straight, and the arms come down. Okay, so from here, we're just going to step the feet out into a wide stance, wider than your hips. And we're going to turn our left foot in. We're going to point the right. And we're going to take what we call triangle pose. So this is great for the hips to get some flexibility for those high steps. Okay, so from here, we'll extend the arms out. Inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, just allow that right hip to fold and bend. So you can run your hand down your leg. And if you have a block, you can always place your block on the outside of your foot. And if you're using a block, just bring that hand there. Or you can just bring it to your ankle, your toe. So whatever feels good to you. And then this left arm reaches up. Good. And then from here, just moving your arm call this like a beauty pageant wave. So we're just kind of working on a little shoulder mobility while we're here. Good. And then reach through the fingers, one more breath, and then we'll exhale, look down. And if you're using a prop, you can just pick it up, and we'll do the other side. So once again, if you're using a block to the outside of your foot, so we're reaching through the fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, side bending. So hand to the block, and the right arm reaches up. Good. So once again, just moving that hand like Miss America. So just moving it in that shoulder joint. Good. And then really reach through those fingertips. One more breath, and then we'll exhale, coming back up. Okay, so from here we're going to make the feet parallel. I'm just going to move the block for a second. And we're going to take an even wider stance. So maybe toe heel your feet maybe 3 times, a little further apart. And we'll turn that left foot in, we'll point the right. And here we're just going to take warrior 1 first. And then opening up the right side. And on the exhale, you can either bring your elbow to the knee or your hand to the outside of your foot, or you can put the block there again. And then this left arm just reaches across. And we find length all through that left side. So we're really pressing through the outer edge of that left foot. Good, one more breath. And then exhale, inhale, coming up with strong legs. And we'll switch sides. So we're going to point the left, turn the right in. Once again, coming into warrior. And then opening up the left side, and on the exhale, either elbow to knee or hand to the outside of your foot. And that right arm reaches across. Good. And once again, feel that nice stretch through that right side. One more breath. And on the exhale, we come up again. Okay, so from here, we're just going to make the feet parallel, so the toes are pointing forward. And we're just going to take a nice forward fold with wide legs. So opening up those collarbones, inhale, and on the exhale, coming forward. And we'll just bring our hands down to the ground. Inhale, look forward, exhale, forward fold. One more breath, and then we're going to exhale, hands to our hips, inhale, coming up to standing. Okay, so next, we're going to interlace our fingers behind our back, and we're taking a chest expansion here. So opening up the chest, inhale, exhale, coming forward. So we're coming forward, and we're reaching those hands towards the ground. Good. One more breath, and then we'll exhale, coming up. And then next, we're going to come forward, and we're just going to move side to side a little. So we're at home, no one's watching, so it doesn't feel embarrassing. So just the fireplace is behind me. But here, we're really trying to work on a little more mobility in our hips. So this is great for heel hooking, high steps, pretty much anything climbing related. And by moving side to side, it's sort of like we're beginning to loosen or lubricate our hip joint a little bit more. Okay, so from here, we are going to walk the hands out in front, and then we're going to reach our left arm across to the right ankle and looking over that right shoulder. Good, one more breath. Exhale, we'll bring that left hand out, and this time we're going to reach the right arm across to the left ankle and looking over that left shoulder. Good, one more breath. And then from here, we're just going to walk our hands to the front of the mat. We're going to come into a lunge. And then we're going to come up so the legs are energized. We're reaching out through the right heel. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Good. One more breath, and then we'll exhale. We'll bring that foot down, and then we're going to toe heel that left foot across, and we're going to come into what we call half pigeon. So if you do have a block, you can sit on the block if that helps, if there's too much pressure on your knee. But basically, we're just coming down. So the more you fold the leg, the less intense this is. So if you're here and you're like, I need to challenge myself a little more, you can work that heel away from you. So eventually, your leg is parallel with the front of the mat. Good. And then from here, just walk down to the forearms. And take a few rounds of breath here. One more breath. And then from here, we're going to reach our right arm across. And we're trying to draw our right shoulder down. So this kind of intensifies this stretch. And if you're like, oh, that looks horrible, then just stay here. Okay. So next, we're going to lift up. And we're going to step that left foot back, and we're just going to step that right foot forward. So once again, just dropping down to the knee, getting a nice stretch through the front of that left hip. Good. And then we're going to come up, strong legs, reaching out through that left heel. And then inhale, reaching the right arm up. Good. Oh, a couple more breaths here. And then we'll exhale, lower that hand back down. And then from here, you can toe heel that foot across. And then we're going to come down into half pigeon. So once again, you can place that block under the right leg if you need it. And then just kind of working into what feels good to you. So we're trying to find that edge. I think as climbers, sometimes there's a tendency to push yourself over the edge, but we want to really find that edge where we're challenging ourselves but not injuring ourselves. Okay. So from here, we're going to come down onto our forearms. Couple more breaths. And then next, you can take your left arm and you can thread it through. And this just intensifies that glute stretch a little more, looking over the right shoulder. Good, one more breath. And then we'll come back to the middle. We're gonna step back to downward dog. And then we're gonna walk forward and we're gonna sit down. Okay. So from here, we're just gonna extend the legs out in front. Sitting up nice and tall, take the shoulders back. And we're just going to take a nice forward fold. So if you have a strap and you need it, we'll take the strap and we'll just loop it over the arches of our feet. So we're trying to keep the chest open. So versus taking your toes like this, it's better to have the strap and keep the chest open, collarbones open and wide, and coming forward like this. Good. Or you can grab the toes. And then we'll take a few more breaths here. So just coming forward, keep the chest open. One more breath. And we're going to exhale, release, and come up. And we're going to take the counter posture. So we're going to bring our hands about 6 inches behind the hips. And you can either bend the knees, exhale, inhale, lift up, or if you want to challenge yourself a little more, you can reach with the heels and toes, tuck your tailbone in, lift up, drop the head back. Good. So strong legs. One more breath, and then we'll exhale, lower. Okay, so from here, we're going to fold the right leg in, and we're just setting up for a nice forward fold with our leg in. So we inhale, reach the arms up, exhale, forward fold. So once again, when we're doing these forward folds, you can always grab your strap to help you. So keep the chest open, forward folding. So with each breath, finding that fullness of the breath, like we found in the beginning. So nice deep inhalation, nice deep exhalation. And it's almost as though with each breath, you can find a little more space in some of those places that might feel tight in your body. Good, one more breath, and then we exhale, release that foot. We'll come back up, and then we're just going to switch legs. So we're going to bring that left foot to the inside of the right. And we're really squaring up with that straight leg. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Good. So once again, nice open chest. Good, nice wide collarbones. And finding the fullness of your breath here again. One more breath. Good, and then we'll exhale, release that foot. And then we'll come back up. And then we'll extend the legs out in front. Okay. So next, we're going to take our right heel and we're placing it as close to our sit bone as we can. And it's about a hand width from the other leg. So you can just put your hand down to measure. And then next, inhale, reach the right arm up. And on the exhale, reach it forward. So if you need to use your strap, you can. So mine's right here, so I'm going to grab it. And then we reach the arm behind. So you can grab the other end of your strap if you need it. And from here, nice open chest, forward fold. Good. And if you don't need a strap, you can just grab your wrist. So once again, find that nice deep inhalation and exhalation. One more breath. Exhale, release the hands. We'll come back up. And we're just going to switch out the legs. So bringing that left heel close to left sit bone. Once again, you can put your hand down to measure between your foot and the inside of your thigh. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Exhale, reach the arm forward. And then we're just going to wrap that arm around the leg. And we reach back with the right arm. So once again, you can use your strap. Okay. Oops. Okay, so nice open chest, forward fold. And once again, making sure this leg is active. So that right leg is sitting up. It's not like falling off to the side. One more breath, and then we're going to exhale, release. Okay. And then we're going to come more to the front of the mat, and we're going to do what I call a vinyasa. So we're going to lift the legs up. Exhale, jump or step the feet back. And then we're going to take plank and lower. Good. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, and then while we're here, we're just going to come down again. So we're going to work on a little more chest opening here. And one of the things I like to do is to activate the shoulders. So in climbing, we tend to sort of roll the shoulders forward. And so in this class, I really want you to find more of that engagement in the upper back. So from here, we're just going to place our forehead down, and we cactus the arms out to the side. And then next, we're going to inhale, we're going to lift the arms up, and we're squeezing the shoulder blades together. So my head is neutral, like I'm reaching out through the crown of my head, and I'm imagining I had like a walnut or something between my shoulder blades. And my shoulder blades are like a nutcracker. Good. And then reaching the arms forward and reaching them back. And reaching them forward and reaching them back. Good. One more forward, one more back. Good. Nice strong back. Okay. And then next, we're going to reach the right arm out to the side. And this one's a little bent, so it helps kind of leverage. And we're going to inhale, lift the left leg up. And we're going to roll onto that right shoulder. So we're reaching this foot over. It might not touch the ground, but we really want to keep our right shoulder down. So we're getting a nice stretch through the front. And then we exhale, lower. And then we're going to reach this arm out. And this arm bends to kind of help. And we're keeping that shoulder down and rolling over. So we're kind of getting a nice stretch through the front of that whole left shoulder. And then we'll exhale, lower. Okay. So from here, we're going to move into upward dog again. And then downward dog. And then we're going to walk the feet forward and we're going to sit down. And we'll extend the legs out in front. And then next we're going to find our sit bones. And we're going to take Navasana or boat pose. So we're balancing between sit bone and tailbone. So if you go too far forward, you're just on your sit bones. If you go too far back, you're kind of like on your sacrum. So we're finding that place between sit bone and tailbone where they meet. And then drawing the belly in and then lifting the legs up. So you can either keep the knees bent or extend the arms up. So lift the chest. Good. We'll take 2 more breaths. Good, and then we'll exhale and we'll lower the legs. And then from here, we're just going to slowly roll back. I'm going to move so you can see me. So 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. All right, so next, we're going to inhale, lift the left leg up. And once again, if you have a strap, you can loop the strap around the arch of your foot. And you grab both ends with the right hand. Otherwise, you can grab your big toe. Okay, so from here, this left leg is strong, like we're standing on it. And we inhale, lift the chest and the head. So it's almost like we're doing a little crunch, ab crunch. And then we draw the leg towards the chest and the head. And then we just hold it here for 5 breaths. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And then we exhale, lower the chest and the head. And then just bringing that foot out to the side. So the foot does not have to come down to the ground. It can just stay hovering. And then looking over that left shoulder. Good. And just a couple breaths here. 1 more breath. And then we'll bring that foot back to the middle. We're going to switch hands. And we're going to bring that foot across the body. So looking over the right shoulder this time. And once again, that foot does not have to come down to the ground. It can just come to wherever it feels good to you. And then back to the middle. And then we'll release that foot. We'll exhale that foot back down. So sometimes the hips feel a little uneven after doing that, so you can lift them up, reset them, and then inhale, reach that left leg up. So once again, if you're using a strap, looping it around, or you can grab your big toe. So from here, once again, nice little crunch or sit up, strong leg, and then we draw the leg down. So 5 breaths, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then exhale, lower the chest and the head. And then bringing the foot out to the side. And then looking over the opposite shoulder, so it should be your right. Good, one more breath, and then we'll bring it back to the midline, and then we'll switch sides. So bringing that leg across the body. And then looking over that left shoulder. Good, one more breath. And then we'll bring that foot back to the middle. We're gonna release that foot. And then we're gonna lower it. Good. Okay, so from here, we're just gonna squeeze the knees to the chest. And then we're gonna exhale, release the knees. And then we're gonna place the feet so they are hip width apart, close enough so you can touch your heels with your fingertips. And from here, we're gonna move into what we call bridge pose. So before we do, we're gonna find the tone and the strength in our core or pelvic floor. So we'll take a nice deep inhale. And then we'll exhale, like at the beginning of class, empty the breath, and at the very end of your exhale, you find a sense of tone or toning in the pelvis. And if you're kind of like, I'm not sure what you're talking about, you can cough. And when you're coughing, it kind of switches that very fine muscle in the pelvic floor. Okay. So we exhale, empty the breath. Inhale. Exhale, empty the breath. Find the tone in the pelvic floor and keep that tone. And on the inhale, the knees draw forward and the pelvis lifts up. Good. So we'll just hold it here for a few rounds of breath. And then we'll exhale, lower. Okay, so we'll do one more. So once again, finding that same pattern of breath and movement where we take a nice deep inhale. We exhale, empty the breath, find the tone in your pelvic floor. Keep that tone. And on the inhale, the knees draw forward and the pelvis lifts up. And then next you can take your hands and you can interlace your fingers and you can slowly sort of walk your shoulders underneath. So you're creating a little more space in the backside where your vertebrae are. And just opening the chest. Good. One more breath and then we'll exhale, release the hands. We'll come back down. Okay, so from here we're just going to squeeze the knees to the chest. One more time. And then we'll extend the right leg forward out. And then drawing that left knee in, and then just taking a supine twist again. So reaching that left arm out, taking that knee across your body, looking over that left shoulder. And really breathing into this left side of your body. more breath, and then we'll bring that knee back to the middle. We'll squeeze the knees to the chest again. Exhale, release that left. Squeeze that right knee to the chest, and then we'll bring it across the body. And you can reach that right arm out. Good. And then once again, really breathing into this part of your body. One more breath, and then we'll exhale, we'll bring it back to the midline. We'll squeeze the knees to our chest. We'll take the knees wide. And then we're going to grab the left big toes, the right big toes, and this just gently drawing that left knee towards your left armpit, right knee towards the right armpit. So we're just beginning to rock side to side. Good. And then next we're going to bring the feet down, and then we're going to take our left ankle onto the right knee, and then we're going to thread our left arm through, and then we're just going to draw that knee towards the chest. One more breath, and then we'll exhale, release. And then we'll set that left foot down, and then we'll bring that right ankle on top of left knee. We'll thread the right arm through, and you can interlace the fingers behind the left leg, and then just gently drawing that knee towards your chest. Good, and then we'll exhale, release. And then we're going to drop the feet down, and we're going to do one last thing before Shavasana. So we're going to point the toes to the left, and then we're going to drop the knees to the right. And then from here, reaching that left arm over. Good, one more breath. And then we're going to come back to the middle, neutral. And then we're going to point the knees to the right, drop the knees to the left, and then reach the arm over. Good. One more breath here. And then we're going to bring it back to the middle, squeeze the knees to the chest again, and then we're going to exhale, release your legs, stretch out, palms facing up, and then we're just going to take Shavasana, the final pose. So since we're at home, you could stay here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, take a nap, but I'm going to get up because this is the end of class. So thanks again so much for joining me for this Yoga for Climbers class. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.